Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is The Girl in the Middle. For those who don't know, please like, subscribe and comment and let me know what it is you want to see from me this year. I'm so excited to be doing this video. It's been quite a minute. I've been trying to collect my thoughts, collect myself and really regather my life. And now that I feel like I'm back on a balanced form, I'm so happy to get back to videos. I'm so happy to get back to sharing with you guys. I have a few episodes in line, so I'm excited to start that. But I wanted to first to say hi, check in and find out how your New Year's has been. We're in the middle of February, which means that it's been about 6 weeks, which means that I feel like 6 weeks is a lot for things to actually start happening. So let me know what it is that's happening in your life. Quick update on mine is that I have finally found a job. So I went from the retrenchment video a few months ago to being able to be in a position that I am comfortable again. Thankfully, especially in this time, I know a lot of people are losing jobs every single day. A lot of people are losing their lives every single day. So it's something that I have immense gratitude for, to be able to, celebrate some kind of restoration in my life. So that's the most important update. The second update is that I'm chasing everything this year. And so you're going to see a lot more videos from me, a lot more content, a lot more stuff that'll help you get to know me, but get to know what I love, what makes my heart beat, and what I'm passionate about most in the world and in life. And I'm looking forward to that. But I just wanted to check in. I was thinking about the 11th of November marked 9 years of me in Johannesburg, and I was just thinking about all the lessons that Johannesburg has taught me. And I speak a bit about that in my introduction video. If you haven't seen it, the first video on my YouTube channel posted about 2 months ago. So if you check that out, you'll see the full story of what brought me here. But just thinking about 9 years in and what that means to me, who I am now compared to the woman that walked into this thinking that, a year in and I'll have a show, and I'm 9 years in without a show. So it's been very interesting to kind of carve out who I am, have the world kind of teach me who I am, have unexpected surprises stop me, and all of that stuff kind of culminating into who I am today. And I guess with all of that introspection, I was thinking about how I wanted to start 2021, what I want to take into the year, what I want to focus on, and the lessons that Joburg has taught me that will fuel that. And I think the first lesson that Joburg has taught me is definitely audacity. The audacity to go after your dreams, the audacity to dream that you can do and be anything. More than anything, social media has taught me that. And I know it's going to sound so silly because I've been trying to do this for a while, so I have an idea of what is possible and what isn't. I've been doing it for other brands, I've been doing it for other companies essentially, but when it comes to, and I think for myself, I don't know why there seems to be some kind of lack of self-confidence or overthinking when it comes to planning my own content or what it is I want to do with myself. But I know that in 2021, I'm definitely taking the audacity that Joburg has spinning in its energy space. I definitely want to take a bite of that and lead this year with audacity and with audacity only. When I start to think about Joburg, I mostly have fun memories about my time here. I think when I was in, some things that I've been through, it might be painful to speak about, but just thinking now about what Joburg has taught me, both good and bad, it's just been very interesting to look back and think about how different I was from the first 2, 3, 4 years that I was here. I started thinking that I was going to hit the ground running, but life had something else to teach me, and I ended up actually sleeping on my sister's couch. My sister's couch for about a year and a half before things actually started popping for me. So it was also just that sobering moment of, okay, yes, this is a place of energy and a place of opportunity for sure. However, honey, there's work behind everything that you saw when you were looking from a distance in Pietermaritzburg. And I think that was like one of the biggest lessons. Obviously, I was expecting work. Obviously, I was expecting to have to work towards something. But I guess I never thought that 9 years down, I'd be the girl that had rushed to Joburg for a show, and 9 years down, I still don't have one. So it's very interesting to see where I am and where I wanted to be. But what I will say is beautiful about the journey is just, being able to kind of also dissect what Joburg is about and what Joburg has for you in the most positive ways. A lot of people want to say, oh, it's fast, it's this, it's that. And it's like, if you're it'll be fast if you're susceptible. It'll be fast to you if you see it that way. It'll be fast to you if that's kind of what you're anticipating and hoping for. It'll be fast if you allow it to be fast for you, is what I've learned. And there is definitely an energy of moving forward very fast, but if anything, that energy for me kind of motivates me to do better. That energy for me motivates me to conquer my dreams. It motivates me to stay in the game. And there's just and by virtue of all the things that are happening in Johannesburg, it being the entertainment hub, it being the one place in South Africa where there's a saturation of young, vibrant, urban people. So I think with Johannesburg, it's just taught me so many lessons about what I can be. It's taught me lessons about it's taught me what I can be versus what I thought I can be. And I came here thinking, if I could just get a show, I'd be a happy girl. If I could get on any show just to start off with, I'd be a happy girl. And with every single passing year, that dream has both expanded and multiplied in ways that I could never imagine. Also in ways that it's also expanded because of me changing, essentially. So I really appreciate Joburg for that. And then my very favorite thing about Joburg that I want to take in this year is that people talk about how people who don't sleep are the ones who get things done, and I know that there's an idea around Joburg being a city that doesn't sleep, and I have to respect that. But I guess I interpret it a little bit differently, in the sense that for me, the way that I see Joburg not sleeping is in the sense of reinvention. I feel like there's always space and energy and openness to the new. There's always an open energy to taking something brand new in. There's always an open energy to taking new faces in, things like that. So what I love about Joburg is just that energy of renewal. It's the energy of a second chance. It's the energy of a third chance. And I really feel like the beauty of this place is that it carries that, and that energy is incredibly important for the youth. I think it's important for young people who are trying to do things, because you're not going to get it right the first time. If you do, that's amazing, but that doesn't mean it'll stay like that. Like, at some point you've got to learn a tough lesson that's going to really jolt the way that you perceive your work ethic to be, or anything. So I just love the fact that Johannesburg, yes, it has some difficult lessons that you're going to learn here, but honey, it definitely has a restorative spirit too. So that's another thing that I can take out of Johannesburg. But also that helps you with a lot of my self-confidence, because you feel so guilty about wanting to reinvent yourself. You feel so guilty about wanting to start over, and you think, oh my gosh, will people understand where I'm coming from? Will they hear my perspective? Will they feel me? Will they think that I don't know who I am because I'm reinventing? And it's like, those things do not matter. You just need to focus, have clear vision, and go for everything and anything that you want, and do not be afraid to reinvent yourself. And so I think another thing I really love about Joburg is that you can be anything and anyone that you want to be. You can come here with any intention and leave here having absolutely flipped your life over. I think that that's one of the most beautiful things about Joburg, just seeing that there are no limitations to your dreams. Yes, there are hurdles on the way, for sure. There are things that will block you. There are things that will stop you. You will stop you at some point. However, Johannesburg's energy is it almost insinuates that it is here to kind of help you succeed eventually. And I think that's what I love about it. Every time I think about how painful things might have been in the past few years, there is nothing in me that wants to be anywhere else in South Africa. So I definitely know that Johannesburg has the right energy for me. But yeah, and I guess 9 years down, it's like, girl, you've been in Joburg for a while. It just hit as a milestone for me last year when I thought about everything that I had been through to get to 9 years. And, in my heart of hearts, I'm still a small town girl. I'm a girl from PMB, like, to the core of me. So Joburg, yes, I've been here for a while, but Joburg to me feels like home for sure. But does it trump what I feel for Pietermaritzburg? Absolutely not. I laugh when I think about it, because I really feel like I've lived 9 lives in the past 9 years. I feel like the ups and downs of Johannesburg have both fueled me and helped me become who I am today. And that's the one thing that I'll always hold on to, who Joburg was able to show me that I can become, who Joburg was able to help me become, essentially. Because if I had stayed in Pietermaritzburg, I'd definitely be barefoot and pregnant with my fourth child or something, married and upset because it's my fourth child, but between us we probably got 8. So I just, I cannot downplay how grateful I am to be where I am today, and how grateful I am that my life is structured the way it is, such that I'm able to reinvent and do something and start over without having to think about anybody else but myself, essentially. So it's been a blessing that the things that I had hoped would happen before didn't, and that essentially they were delayed. I mean, honey, I thought I'd be years into a marriage right now. I thought I would be settled and, I'm just thinking about what my third business will be, but that's not what life had in store. And I will say that life might have had that in store, but I detoured myself in a lot of ways, lack of self-confidence, but in a lot of ways the world detoured me in the sense of retrenchments, etc., etc. You do need resources to be able to do a lot of these things, but in the same breath, I will say that I had a really full circle moment with the conversation around retrenchment in my own life, and the lesson that I wasn't learning around that. And it's like, okay, if I wake up crying about wanting a show for 9 years, and then I'm crying about being retrenched from a 9 to 5, like which message am I sending to the universe, essentially? Like, which message am I sending? What is it that I want? Which message am I sending? I'm crying about retrenchments, but I'm crying about a show as well. When I look at the amount of work that I put into both of these things, it's like this one trumps the other. So what message am I sending to the universe about what I really want? And so that has been a huge eye-opener. I know that it's crazy that it's only happened now. Trust me, it's happened many times before, but there's just that aha moment that will change your life. I'm really sorry to everybody who is having setbacks in their lives, who feel like they are not moving forward in a way that they would like. It is not your fault, honey. Like, this is a pandemic, and it's the first one that we've all been through, so nobody knows how to deal with this. Nobody knows how to deal with this. So if you're feeling like you literally have no answers, you're right. You are right. Every single thing that you are feeling right now is absolutely valid. I hope that as you try to figure out, where you fit into this year, that you take some time out to do that for yourself, and take some time out to really plot your goals out the same way that you would do for any other job. You've got a to-do list at work, right? So what does your to-do list for your own life look like? And it doesn't have to be these rah, oh my gosh, I'm going to start this and start that. Sometimes it's just about, I'm going to start walking this year. I'm going to start praying this year. I'm going to start meditating this year. I'm going to stop something this year. Whatever it is, look at your life, look at the things that you can control, and to really try and find the glory and the happiness out of those things first. Because the one thing I've learned, especially from last year, was, my gosh, the list of things that I can change there's a ton of them. There are a ton of them that I wish that I could change. However, the things that I can control and change, that's quite a substantial list too. And so I feel like when I start to tackle that list and not worry about what's happening around me, things tend to move. And last year we saw so many faves of mine, make their dreams come true, push through their career, jump to a new trajectory, all in the midst of a pandemic. And if that taught me anything, it taught me not to stop dreaming. So this is definitely a year for dreams. 2021 is a dream year. It's a year for putting my best foot forward for me and for the work that I choose to put my name on. It's a year for transformation. It's a year for change. And it's definitely a year for me to tap into every single thing that I know is shaking my heart right now. I have quite a few talents, and I don't say that out loud, is so weird, but I'm not going to take this out. I'm not going to take this out because it's true. There's a lot of things that I know how to do well, and I hope that I find ways to tap into that. I am looking at my mind map, and I'm looking at that against my vision board, trying to see what this year looks like, what 3 years from now looks like, what 5 years from now looks like. And the only thing that I feel like we can do is just really gun for those things with confidence, because we don't know what's going to happen. Everything is so uncertain, and with the pandemic, people are RIPing every single day. People's lives are changing every single day. You're losing a job here, you're gaining one there. People's lives are changing. People's lives are losing things. It's a lot. But within that, I guess, it's really important to find a moment of stillness. And it took me this year to do that. I was hoping to kind of get back into videos by January, but even in January I found myself exhausted and carrying exhausted energy from 2020 into this year. It was only at the beginning of February when I really started feeling like myself. So I hope that however you're feeling, that you honor that, and that when you start to feel better, that you honor that, and that we try our best to have the best year that we possibly can. I know things are so difficult right now, and it's a pandemic and things are so confusing, but I just don't want us to stop dreaming. I don't want us to stop thinking about what's next. I don't want us to stop thinking about what our tangible goals look like in the context of this year. Yes, things are not settled. Yes, things are unpredictable. Things are unpredictable, things are nerve-wracking. There's an air and an energy of consistent anxiety in the air. However, when you sit with yourself, what still lives in your mind? What still lives in your heart? What still makes your heart shake? Those are the things that are saying, we're still here, we still want you, we're still present, we're still waiting. And those are the things that I encourage you to listen to. I have my list of things that have been knocking on my shoulders. I don't know, like every time I think about that Chicken Licken advert. It was Chicken Licken, where the guy ignores his craving and the monkey continues to grow on his shoulder. And that is what I feel like. I feel like I've got a giant monkey. If you could imagine a giant monkey, cute ass monkey wearing the same outfit as me, standing behind me. And this monkey, every single year that I ignore what I want, every single year that I don't do what I like, every single year that I stop my goals because I think that things are in front of me that aren't really, every single time that I pause myself because I'm comparing myself, every single time I decide to do a video, then wake up and decide against it, every single time I stop my growth, my own growth, the monkey grows. Every single time I don't listen to my intuition, the monkey grows. Every single time I don't listen to what I know I deserve to be doing in the world, the monkey grows. Every time I ignore the service that has been embedded in my heart, the monkey grows. And so now the monkey is hella heavy and it's sitting on my shoulder saying, what are we going to do? And this year is exactly the year for me to nurture my monkey, to feed it, and to get it back to a place where it's comfortable with what we're doing with our life. And so with that, I just wanted to wish everybody an amazing year, an amazing 2021. I'm looking forward to creating more videos with you, for you, and expanding the way that I interpret what the girl in the middle is and how we express her world. So stay tuned, invite your friends, help me build my subscribers. If you like my type of content, please continue to comment and I'll be sure to reply back. But for the meantime, wow, I always hated things. I hate hearing reply back, and I just said it because reply insinuates that you're doing something in return. So reply back makes no sense. All you have to say is reply. Anyway, yeah, Happy New Year from the girl in the middle to you.